they make comments, they lie and think they deserve respect just for having a male, just because of being male. Now, despite their fantasies and misogynistic wishes, the Bible never said anything about bride price. If you don't want to attend such a class, then it's fine. But I feel a need to continue to address you in 2026, because it should be said there are Christians listening to constant lies and deliberate misinformation who believe that because they don't read their Bible. Now, even with things in the Bible, you need to learn to differentiate between Jewish traditions and what Jesus actually said. Also, domestic violence is a real issue perpetrated by wicked and cowardly men. After all, how many men have you fought on the streets when they offend you? But even after the death of Osinachi, misogynists will still say domestic violence is just a feminist propaganda. Ladies, have sense. Don't, because you heard somebody on radio, fall into any trap of his disciples. If not, you will die of domestic violence, and they will say it didn't happen. Your worth is not tied to your virginity, no matter what any man says, especially one who did not marry as a virgin and who, by his own public admission, is not staying in one place in his marriage, wants to claim. Also, avoid unhealed sons of unloved women. They are not marriage materials because they are sick, yet always think they don't need treatment. Any man whose father has no respect for a woman and is public about it might harm you. Esther Etim with that comment. All right, this one here says, Jude, good morning. I totally understand the concern of anybody who thinks that any UN-backed program may want to sneak in some of their own cultural practice into our own Nigeria. For example, this LGBT thing, I'm happy that Nigerians have been fighting it. Yes, I know that it's around, but it's not something that people want to be seeing in their faces. Who's to say that this is not the kind of thing that can sneak in when this type of classes are being held? Oh, don't talk to your women in a certain kind of way, or you should do more chores than your wife. I don't think it is right. I don't have a problem with men coming together to share information and help, hopefully become better individuals. But I have a problem when it is backed by a group that historically undermines African values. A group that historically undermines African values. Talking about UN, right? I'm not quite sure, many will agree with that. But yes, I understand the narrative. Phone lines 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. All right, once again, messages come through to 0809 030 6416. I'm checking my SMS portal to make sure I don't have any SMS messages. All right, no short message. All right, okay, all right, thank you very much. Now, let's get back to WhatsApp. This one says, good morning, Jude. I'm really enjoying the program. I am not against the school for husbands to be or on the ongoing husband. Now, the school should also be made for both and not only for the husbands. That's wives as well, or, spinsters. Thank you, Adebowale from Ajib. All right, Adebowale, thank you very much. All right, he's not opposed to the idea, But once again, would you send your son, your beloved son, to that kind of place? Like, who was that now? I think it was JJ. JJ asked, what difference really is this school for husbands with the marriage classes that some communities enforce or encourage, intending couples to partake in? How is that any different? 017-923-0007, 0817-923-0009. All right? At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and X, at Nigeria Info PH. Then please do well, send us a message to the WhatsApp number, which is 0809-030-6416. Wisdom is on the line from Elele. Wisdom, share some wisdom with us this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Wisdom. Talk to us.
About the school, the new school, my child supposed not to go to the school.
The school for husbands. You don't want your child to go to the school for husbands.
Yes,
Why?
yes.
Why?
So, so, so at the school is a combination of the school. Is it a free school? My my son don't. My son just say that like the school, so I decided to know.
Oh, all right, wisdom. Thank you. I'm not quite sure wisdom knows exactly what we are talking about. And then let me elaborate for those of you who probably didn't catch us at the start. The school for husbands, right, does not give examination. There is no certificate. There is no degree. They don't have assignments. All they do is encourage you to speak to an older married man. The man is married. Usually, the meetings take place in the backyard or in the courtyard of the said married man. All right. So the man must have been married for, like, say, 20 years, 30 years, or whatever. Right. But it's obviously someone who's much older. Right. And he could even be, a widower. I'm not quite sure. But from the videos I saw, these were men who had been married for upwards of 20 years. Some of them were professionals. Some of them were just regular herders, businessmen or whatever. So these men are encouraging the younger ones, those who have been married for 5 years, 8 years, 1 year, come, let us sit down together. Let us reason as men. Now, in the videos I saw, some of the men who attended this quote unquote school for husbands were taking notes. Once again, there is no assignment. There is no, what do you call it, continuous assessment. So they don't say, on Tuesday we're going to write exam or there's a test. There's none of that. What it actually seems to me is like a therapy session. That's what it looks like to me. It's like, what do you call that thing? It's like an apprenticeship, if I can say so, where somebody who has been married for a long time, somebody who you admire, somebody who you would like to emulate, someone who says, look, I've made mistakes before. I would like to, as it were, show you how to do things better. There are guidelines, all right? So in order to prevent, maybe indoctrination or something, I think that's where the problem is, because, like I said, it's UN back. So that means they usually will give pamphlets. They usually will give ideas. Okay, these are the type of ideas we should promote. These are the type of things you should promote. These are the type of things that you should not encourage. And so the men come, sit down, they write notes. Okay, I can do this, I can do that. And then they go back home. They go back home to practice the suggestions given to them by these older gentlemen. So that's the school. You don't pay. Interestingly, if I'm not mistaken, they don't pay. They just go there and learn. 017-923-0002, 08179230003. Message here says, good morning, Jude. There's nothing wrong with the school for husbands. It is similar to marriage counseling classes. I am married. I happily do house chores. I cook. I wash my children's clothes, even my wife's home. I clean the toilet. etc. The only issue here is that some women will take advantage of a man's humility for granted and start making it seem that a man must do the above mentioned chores. I will send my son there to learn more in addition to other trainings. Final caller, 90.3, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Kingsley. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome, Kingsley.
Thank you. My contribution to your topic this morning is this. For me, I don't think going for that school is a bad thing. It's not a wrong idea at all. It's like just like your last text message you read out. What the person said. It's like going for a married counselor, or maybe you're married already. Want to go for marriage therapy or whatever. Then you guys want to gain more knowledge. For me, I believe in that, which said that there is no knowledge that is wasted. So for me, it's a at all. For me, if I have a son, I will be very, very happy to even send him to that school to learn more. It's like sending your son to go for the school of Jude, the minister of Bola and Fish.
Oh yes, you should do that.
To learn more how to prepare it.
All right, Kingsley. All right,
it's a good one.
All right. Thank you very much. Maybe I should start something like that. Who knows? Who knows? The School for Husband is a good one to help men, especially the young men. I would encourage my male children to attend, but it should have been for both sexes, Tammy says. We're back after this message.